Continuing our look on the security situation in the country, we're now being joined this morning by Major General Nicholas Rogers Ibe. He's the Chief of Civil Military Affairs, Army Headquarters. Good morning and thanks for joining us.
Good morning. Good morning.
When I said Major General, the first question I wanted to ask is, correct us if we're wrong about your decoration. This is that of a Brigadier General, right?
Yes. I've just been promoted to the rank of Major General, but I've not been decorated. So it's okay, correct to say that I'm a Major General. It's okay, right to say I'm a Brigadier General. So until I'm decorated, actually, before you can now see me as a Major General. But for now, I remain a Brigadier General. I think it's better that way, to be a professional soldier.
Okay, good. You know, when we talk about civil military affairs, which is very key here, and you're the chief, a whole lot of questions will come up, time was when a lot of people will refer to the civilians as bloody civilians. I'm quite sure you should be able to address all of that. But the crux of the matter now is about the general operations in Nigeria's northeast. Let's start from there, because some will say that's the theater of operation, the theater of war. What's the situation at the moment?
The situation in the northeast is calm. The military is doing a lot. Nigerian army is doing a lot, quite a lot, in trying to stabilize the situation. And we've carried out a series of operations. As you all know, that the territories that were headed to in the hands of the terrorists have all been liberated, and people are returning back to their communities gradually, although it's a gradual process. But the military has recovered almost all the territories in the northeast. What is left is some villages and hamlets within the boundary areas between Nigeria and Cameroon, between Nigeria and Chad, particularly along the islands in Lake Chad region. We are there. We are doing our best. Stability has returned in Maiduguri and Damaturu, all the towns. For instance, Bama has been liberated, Goza has been liberated, Baga, Mongunu, and so many host other communities have been liberated. So people are gradually returning back to their homes. So the military is doing a lot. We're also carrying out quick impact projects to win the hearts and minds of these people through construction, reconstruction. The Chief Army Staff, General T.Y. Buratai, has approved that Nigerian Army engineers move into the front line, and issues like reconstruction of bridges have been damaged, communities, schools, health centers, worship areas, mosques, and churches have been burnt down, are being rebuilt by the military. Even though it's
rebuilt by the military.
Yeah, we're rebuilding them. We're rebuilding some in some areas. So even though it's capital intensive, but within the resources that the Chief Army Staff has, we are rebuilding some of those things, reconnecting communities, and also providing security to the IDPs in various places.
If you say, sorry, Mother, if you say you're providing security for the IDPs, you're rebuilding some of these places, you're going into rebuilding religious places of worship, yeah, and all of that, and giving protection to those IDPs, where does the police and other agency come in here?
Yeah, these are some of the challenges we have in the front line. Where the other agencies have stopped, that is where the military has taken over. And that's why we have some challenges, particularly challenges of issues of human rights, because the military will always conduct its operations along military lines of duties. The liberated areas like Bama, Goza, Kuntuga, Baga, Mongunu, we expect the police, other security agents, not only the police, custom immigration, to resume duties in those places so that governance can return back, the local government chairman can continue from where they stop. What you have is skeletal administrative work in those places, because people are still scared, because the military need to be relieved from all those duties so that we can continue with the operations. So because other security agencies have not actually come on board properly, we see ourselves playing so many roles in the northeast. That's a big challenge.
You said Goza has been liberated.
Goza has been liberated.
Is that the same place we have the mobile,
yes,
police mobile?
Yes. Goza has been liberated. Bama has been liberated. Monguna has been liberated. Baga, so many communities, Kontuga has been liberated. But we expect that other security agencies can come on board, take over their civil responsibilities, and then allow the civil administration to pick up from where they, so that life can return normally and governance can continue. But the situation now is not too decent for that kind of a situation. I don't know why they've not come to take over such responsibilities. So that's a major challenge that we're having. So we have to commit our troops to start making sure they do police role, do custom role, do immigration roles. Our borders need to be policed. our borders need to be protected, and there are agencies that are lead agencies that are supposed to do that. So we expect that they should come on board and take over those responsibilities so that the military can move forward.
Okay, you've talked about protecting the civilians and rebuilding and all of that. We all know that the major role of the military should be to protect the civilians, but there's also been reports, even from the residents of these areas, of the protector, that's the military in this case, turning into the aggressor, going into villages without notice and all.
Yes, it's because
fear.
it's not that we are doing it, it's just because the other agencies have failed to do what they're supposed to do. Now, even in Lagos here, for a minor traffic jam, if the military does not come there, nobody acts. You know, there's a dispute when smugglers, custom is supposed to be an issue of smuggler, but you find out that without the soldiers, the smugglers don't even respect the custom people.
But how then can the military function effectively when the people are prejudiced against them because of some of the activities that are not really friendly to these people?
Yeah, it's not as if the people are prejudiced against the military. It's just that it's just a mindset of an issue. Okay, Nigerians should understand that this military is Nigerian military. It's nobody's military. It's Nigerian military, Nigerian Army, Nigerian Air Force, Nigerian Navy. So it is collectively our holdings. So we are all stakeholders in these military issues. So you should see them. We should see them as our keepers, our brothers and sisters, because we were civilians before joining the military. Of course, some of us will retire some days and go back to civil communities. But we are saying that Nigerians should appreciate the military. So these people are there to protect you. Okay, but they find out that we have challenges of highly indisciplined society. Now, in trying to correct such things, you run into problem with these people, and they say you are antagonizing them, you are manhandling them. See a simple roadblock with a signboard, 40 kilometers per hour. Somebody is coming with speeding at about 80 or 100 kilometers, and you stop him. The next thing is like, why are you stopping me? Okay, you stop a big man with a jeep. He asks, do you know me? You shouldn't be saying such things. We all see how best practices are done abroad. When you are stopped, identify yourself and let you. We are doing that for the purpose of everybody, you know, to protect you. But you also should play a role by supporting the military to protect you, not just seeing them as aggressors.
Yeah.
It's when you fail to support us in discharging our duty that will become aggressive to you, that we must force you to open your boot, want to check, or come down, want to search you. Nobody is a madman. No soldier is a madman. Officer is a madman that will say, hey, do this. But something must have led to such arguments. That's
so
what
we'll come back to the rule of engagement. But on this particular one, has there been any kind of a communication between the Nigerian military and the headship of others, other security agencies? We're talking about the customs and the police and even the immigration. Have you met with them? So they know that these places have been liberated and they can come back and help in doing their civil duties, especially.
Yes, we had several meetings with these agencies. At the state level, at the state levels, there are meetings. At the federal level, there are meetings. Security meetings are called, and everybody knows what it's supposed to do. But by the end of the day, the response is so slow.
So you're saying the other agencies have not been willing to work?
Yes, no. I'm not saying they're not working with the military, but the response, okay, is so slow. If they are responding just like the way the military is responding, things will be easier for us. That's what we're saying. All right? For instance, I give you an instance that some of these liberated areas, these security agencies are supposed to come back to those places and then be the lead. Because what we're doing is aid to civil authority. It's internal security operation. When we liberate, you're supposed to come over, take the lead. Do your own institutional role and allow the military to do other things. Not allowing us to be doing custom role, doing immigration role, doing police role, and also doing the military role. Okay, you overstretch us at times.
So how can this be corrected? How can there be a mind shift for?
Well, it's for the various agencies to respond to their constitutional rules. Exactly, to respond positively to your constitutional rules. When we hand over to those territories to you, you come up, send them men there, and then let them pick up the pieces of the security issues there and then build up.
Talking about the rules of engagement, you can't be here and we'll let you off without asking that particular questions, because we have heard from so many security experts about what goes on in the theater of war and how these are usually handled to the extent that we have lost officers and men, fantastic ones at that. What can you tell us about the rules of engagement, especially in Nigeria's northeast?
Yeah, before I go into that, let me address an issue that you just raised. You raised the issue of people coming on this platform and talking about rules of engagement and how operations are being conducted in northeast. Unfortunately, some of the people that come here to call themselves security experts are not really security experts. For the fact that you are in the military, you serve some few years, does not make you a security expert. While I agree there are some quality people that have been here to address the issues of security, to make analysis of security issues, there are so many people that come on this platform and say things that are professionally negative. For you to be a security expert, you must have some pedigree, some character to show in what you are doing as a security expert. You must have conducted so many seminars, written books, and recognized by certain class of associations that yes, you are a security expert. Not because you are an ex-military officer, then you are a security expert. No. Some of these, my ex-colleagues, left the military because they were dismissed from the service. Some because they couldn't even pass lieutenant to captain or captain to major exams. Now you turn over the next day, you say you're a security expert. What makes you a security expert? That you're providing megad from people and things like that does not make you a security expert. Okay? So I think there has to be, a line has to be drawn between who is a security expert and who is doing the other function of security. So when people come on board and say they are security expert, at times they belittle the platform which we are operating with.